see.
We took quite the detour. It was time-consuming, but finally, we got the information we needed. We crush the Empire, we get Lady Rhea back. 2 birds, 1 stone. First, we take Fort Merceus. I'll put my heart in it. I'll crack 'em like a rusty helmet.
We defeated Lord Arundel. The Emperor must have been surprised. If we can keep up that fervor, perhaps we'll capture Fort Merceus and move on to the Imperial capital. We must not be overconfident, though. Yes, I concur. Humans and beasts are ultimately the same. When they're cornered, they lash out however they can. They fight for their lives. Who knows how the Emperor will lash out? We have to be careful. It was meant to be. Pointless. You fought well. All right, next. One to remember. You haven't earned my pity.
Let's see.
I have excitement in my heart for secret tech. I thought we could be using, but I am hearing a different thing. A brute force attack with all of our power, yes? Attacks that are surprising are also safer. Attacking from the front is dangerous. But I will give you all of my fighting spirit, Professor.
Hey, you. Hi.
Let's see. My family made it through the conflict unscathed. Thank the goddess. It seems that Deirdre was the only place to really get caught up in the fighting. Did Claude intend to spare the Alliance territories from harm? If so, he's a truly admirable leader. Speaking of Claude, I wonder where he is.
I love a good fortress. The perfect place to hide. This one's impregnable too, isn't it? Perfect! As soon as we take it, I'll set up a special spot for Bernie. I guess you have a point. What would you call it then? A little pregnable? Oh, Professor! Good timing. You have to talk some sense into my father. Recently, he's been doing nothing but work himself to the bone. Even when he's taking breaks from training and errands, he's apparently listening to reports, day in and day out. He's getting on in years, you know? I just want him to take care of himself. Oh, even, Professor! We're finally going to attack the Empire? I'm actually getting a little nervous. Please defeat the Emperor and save Lady Rhea. I'll be waiting here with all of the necessary preparations for a huge celebration. No.
Attacking an impregnable fortress head-on is rather impressive. Or suicidal. Depends on the day, really. You know Fort Merceus's nickname, I assume. The stubborn old general? It may be stubborn, but its age means it's gotta be hiding a few weak spots. Makes sense to aim for those areas.
Professor! Hello.
Let's see. Is it true Lady Rhea was taken to the Empire? Why'd they take Lady Rhea? Professor, that's good. You gotta help her.
How about that? Wake up, eat. We gotta prepare for the assault. But that hasn't all that training?
Weren't the Kingdom and Alliance once part of the same country? If you think about it that way, it makes sense for them to unite. I suppose the Kingdom was once part of the Empire as well. Even if Fodlan came together, I wouldn't be surprised if it fell apart again.
That looks... Yeah!
Sitting around, I know you.
Eating food...
I like. Looks good.
Wow.
I was thinking, have you heard of the Crescent Moon War? That's when the Alliance won their independence from the Kingdom. Some 300 years ago, the ruling Duke of Leicester died without an heir, and the lords with blood ties to House Blythe took that chance to propose ruling the Leicester territory as a republic. The head of House Regan led the Leicester lords and fought fiercely with Farkas. They won independence from the Kingdom. And now, here we are.
Here's an idea. The Alliance has really been disbanded? I never thought such a thing could happen. As long as it doesn't negatively impact our lives, I don't care much whether we're the Kingdom or the Alliance.
With the Empire destroyed, the borders within Fodlan will likely become a thing of the past. With that, the rules of trade will change.
Hi there! That reminds me.
Professor. Fort Merceus is next, huh? Ah, the memories. It's a huge stronghold in my father's domain. The town's completely surrounded by high walls. I used way back when a fortress was... Oh.
Is that so?
Just as we suspected. Lady Rhea was taken to the Imperial capital. We must get to the capital as quick. I do wonder when Claude managed to learn Lady Rhea's whereabouts. He's pretty shrewd. I can't help but admire him.
I wonder where Claude will go. From the sound of it, he's leaving Fodlan altogether. He was strangely gallant about the whole thing. Even left his relic behind. Elusive and mysterious to the end, isn't he?
The majority is with us. This conflict will end soon. I am so moved by the decision that Claude and the Alliance nobles have made. That is true nobility. As war drags on, still, Edelgard will not give in. She will push to complete her mission, no matter how many people die. Not everyone with noble blood has noble ideals.
I have a thought. So Lady Rhea was in the Empire all this time. Wish I'd known that fight. What we can do, though, is topple the Empire. Will you seize victory with us?
Okay. I've come here after getting chased out of the Empire. There's no place for our kind there anymore. But I pray that one day...
Definitely.
I traveled to Kingdom territory because I was nearby. I did some good business. Apparently, supplies are needed to reconstruct the Kingdom capital and the surrounding towns. I wonder where I should go next.
That reminds me. The Alliance dissolved so suddenly. Now there's widespread pandemonium. The lords are warring, mass confusion among the citizens. Or, that's what I expected to happen. None of that seems to be taking place. They had a roundtable meeting and talked it out. Everyone's dealing very calmly with the situation. I guess if Dimitri turns out to be a crazed despot, then there really will be chaos. But he's not gonna go crazy again. He's okay now, right? True. The Death Knight is guarding Fort Merceus. The same one who was linked to Monica and to Flame's abduction 5 years ago. Anyway, he's one of the monsters responsible for Captain Gerald's death. We have to defeat him.
Professor?
You know, Professor, laying siege to a keep is like asking a girl out on a date. First, you get past her defenses, then you make your move. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. I'm a seasoned veteran at this kind of thing. Girls, I mean. I've never actually, captured any keeps. Anyway, I figure you go after the main gate. You take that out, and I'm sure we can win. Of course, you're making the tactical calls. I'm happier to follow than to lead.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. Is it true that we'll be assaulting Fort Merceus next? I've heard that it's built to withstand... Not to tell you how...
The Alliances, the merchants of Deirdre all have nerves of steel. I'm sure they'll be up and running again in no time.
What do you require? Farewell.
Professor?
Here's an idea.
That's so.
The Archbishop has been taken to the Empire, just as we thought. But why hasn't Edelgard killed her yet? If she intended to use her as a hostage, she'd have publicly announced that she was unharmed. We don't know what the Emperor's intentions are. All we can do is fight on and pray the Archbishop is okay.
Doesn't matter how sturdy to keep. If the commander... That's what they say, at least. All I know is...
Hey!
Death Knight. Going to fight the Death Knight. To be perfectly honest, I am. Death Knight.
Really? Now that the Alliance has been dissolved, what will become of the nobility? All of Fodlan is going to change. I suppose I'll have to change with it. Singing is...
I'm not good.
Well... Perhaps something about Lord Arundel rubbed me the wrong way. There was something off about him. Not that I've ever heard anything good about him. Have you ever heard of the Harim family? Correct. Their lands are due south of the Ordelia territory. Since Edelgard's rule, Lord Arundel had been governing the territory. It seems like his reign was particularly cruel. The people there suffered greatly under him. He seemed to be a good and just person at one point. It simply doesn't make sense.
So...
So, we're finally invading Empire territory, huh? There's not much we can do right now, except pray for deliverance. I truly believe that we have it in us to succeed.
Even in the kingdom, only a few people knew about His Highness and Edelgard's relationship. Me? I always knew those two to be like brother and sister. To think that we would come to see this world, where they are at war with one another. I live it, and can still barely imagine such a truth.
Professor!
Fort Mercius is a keep that was constructed to defend the imperial capital, Enbar. We cannot enter the capital without first capturing that fort. Now that we know Rhea is there...
The Death Knight. I shudder to think of him. Professor, you remember my connection to him, do you not? I am still working through the trauma from back then. All these years later. If we meet him, I swear I will have my revenge.
Each step closer to Enbar, I'm reminded of another part of my past. Riches and poverty, glory and failure. That's how the past works.
Really?
Claude has stepped down from leadership, and Leicester is now a vassal state of Fargus. The lords of the Western Kingdom are beginning to declare fealty to us in greater numbers also. The Empire is our only remaining enemy.
It appears that Claude has dissolved the Alliance. He's thrown away the pride of all the Leicester lords who have walked the path of independence from Fargus for generations. I said from the start that he was not suitable to lead. Well, times have changed, haven't they? I suppose we can trust the kingdom now.
Professor. From this point onward, we're in all-out war with the Empire. Are you prepared, Professor? I'm glad to hear it. That means we can approach the coming battles with peace of mind. First, we capture Fort Mercius. The fighting will undoubtedly be brutal, but we must prevail. As far as this army and I are concerned, you're our last ray of hope. We are relying on you.
Fort Merceus is the Empire's single most fortified military I wonder, do you happen to know the nickname given to Fort? Indeed, seems Fort myself.
The Leicester Alliance is no more. They write operas. I'm sure they'll have... And with Dimitri at your side...
Hey you, listen up. The Alliance is a thing of the past. I wonder if Abyss is on the verge of change too.
Yes. It's not that I don't sympathize with Lady Edelgard's goals, mind you, but perhaps not to the point of shedding blood for her ideals. I must keep her example in mind as I chart a new path. Peace in Fodlan and a restored House Nouvelle shall be my guiding star as I blaze my own trail.
So, Claude abandoned the Alliance and ran off. I have a pretty good idea of where he went. Where anyone would go in his situation. Somewhere he belongs. Now, he must have gone there to do something he can't achieve in Fodlan. He may be gone, but he left his troubles behind. Now it's on us to clean up his mess.
What?
Everyone seems pumped about fighting the Empire at long last. Personally, I find it difficult to get excited about killing people, no matter what side they're on. I'm on yours. It's that simple. If you fought alongside the Imperial Army, so would I.
We need to mop up the mess in the kingdom quickly. My family lives in Fargus, as do my people. I want to avoid exposing them to danger. That's right. Those who work for me, and with me, they've entrusted their lives to me. They trust me. So for them, more than anything, I hope we can end this swiftly and give everyone the lives they deserve.
Your Highness, thank you for everything.
This is sudden? Why so formal? You are not about to tell me you intend to leave the army, are you?
Oh no, it's not that. I just had the chance to return to the capital on military business. It had really been a long time. Life's pretty hard there right now, but its old vitality seems to be returning bit by bit. If it wasn't for you, I'm sure things wouldn't be looking so promising. So...
Come now, no need to exaggerate. Do not forget that I abandoned them and fled once as well.
You had no choice. If you had remained in the capital, you would have been killed. If you keep thinking so dark and gloomy, you're gonna end up looking just like Father.
Annette, you probably do not realize, but over those 5 years, I took many lives. I slaughtered generals and officials alike with brutality you would scarcely think a human was capable of. And as I have intensified my fight with the Empire, how many people have fallen in the capital? My hands are already dripping with blood. I cannot be forgiven.
You really are a lot more like Father than I am. Before Father left us, he used to say similar things. I don't want you to end up like him. So, I've been thinking, when this war is over, I was wondering whether I could help you with your work. Of course, I don't know how much I'd be able to support a king.
What are you saying?
If I leave you to your own devices, you'll forget how to laugh. We can't have that. You won't be able to do what you have to do with such a miserable look on your face. So, if you'll have me, I'd like to stay by your side. If you're sad or suffering, I'll just starve you until you muster a smile.
Starve me?
Hey, you weren't supposed to laugh at that part. I thought a lot about this.
Sorry, I could not help myself. Certainly with you around, I will not have any cause to frown. By all means, join me, Annette. And never lose that sweet smile of yours.
Yes, I promise.
Impressive that you made it back, Dedu. It was you who saved His Highness from prison. We, all of us, thought you were dead.
My wounds were severe, but I managed. So long as I draw breath, I fight for His Highness.
Is that so?
But in my absence, you have protected him. Thank you, Gilbert, for returning to us.
Stop. I left once. I have wondered if I will be forced to leave once more, after this battle is done.
Would you accept that? I imagine not.
Of course not.
You are still Gustav at heart, even now. I am not fit to replace you. Not yet. I still have a great deal more to learn. For now, all I can do is continue to be a shield for His Highness.
It is unlike you to be so talkative.
I could not be silent.
So long as you understand, I will leave the kingdom someday. It may not be until the day I die, but the time will come. This war. I'm a much older man than I was when it began. Sooner or later, someone must take my place. Do not try to carry the weight alone, Dedu. There are many talented and well-trained officers. Work together with them to assure our king's future. Do that, and when the time comes, I will rest well.
Thank you for the advice. However...
Yes?
It is too soon to treat you like an old man. You still have at least 10 years of service in you. Fargus, no. His Highness needs you. As do I. Save the old man talk for when you are truly senile.
A fair point. There's no reason to let old age make one timid.
Even as I work to surpass you, I still rely on you.
Is that so? Well then, we have more fighting ahead of us to do. We should get to it, for the future of Fargus. Your Highness, it falls to me once more to instruct you in the ways of battle. It does not befit a leader to fight on the front lines. I would ask that you refrain from such conduct in the future.
I have not had to weather your lectures in many a year, and here I thought you were avoiding me.
That is a separate matter. You have a duty to consider the value of your own life.
Your words ring true, of course. I admit, I was a bit careless out there. However, I have always been a man who is good for nothing but war. To best support our cause, I must carve a path through the battlefield with my own hands. I truly believe that will lead us to victory. Why the dark expression, Gustav? Do my words trouble you so?
You remind me of your father. His Majesty once said the same thing more than a decade ago, during the Northern Campaign. In you, I see his manner and I hear his words. You grow more like him with each day's passing. And in you, I am reminded of my failure and my duty to him.
I do not wish to speak of that matter. As I said before, I feel no resentment toward you.
Even so, you have changed since that fateful day, Your Highness. Perhaps too much. I worry that in your pain, you have locked away your true feelings. Your passion is dulled, and your vigor faded.
You want to hear my true feelings, Gustav? Then let me ask you this. Why did you save my life that day? Why did you not allow me to die along with the others? If you truly wish to atone for your sins, then take my life, here and now!
You would ask me to perform the unthinkable. You are the future of Fargus. Your kingdom needs you alive. That I was able to save you is my only sense of salvation. Your Highness, I repeat myself. Consider the value of your own life. If you continue risking all, be it on the battlefield or by issuing mad orders such as this, I will be forced to save you from yourself.
I see. So, you will continue to protect and serve me, will you? In that case, when I assume the throne, I will order you to work for me in the kingdom.
Your Highness, no, please.
My father would be happy to see such a day. Perhaps I will ask you to instruct me further in the ways of battle, when that time comes.
If I wish to atone for my sins, I must take your life? Deception has never been your strong suit, Dmitri. Or do you think I cannot see? You must know I would take my own life before I let anyone harm you.
What's wrong, Dmitri? Your swordplay's oddly sluggish today.
Sorry.
If you were hungry, I'd get you something to eat. That's not the problem, though, it seems. It's not much fun fighting you when you're so far below your usual standards.
Do not worry. I will be myself again in a moment.
Are you worried about something? Tell me.
This war. Once it is over, I will have to go back to the capital, and you will remain here as a Knight of Seros.
Yes, if we're both still alive.
When that happens, there will not be many chances for us to have these little duels of ours, will there?
I suppose not. Garigmach and Ferdiad are quite far apart.
It will be hard to get by without them. I've grown very fond of these sessions.
Wow, you sure know how to draw out a conversation. Just say what's on your mind.
Please, return to the capital with me.
That's it? Return to the capital, just like that, with no explanation?
You were the one who told me to speak frankly.
Yes, I've also told you that I'm devoted to the Knights of Seros and wouldn't dream of leaving. It'd be one thing if you were asking me to return to my family. Why summon me to the capital?
I just want to be near you.
Oh, please. Don't waste your romantic words on me. Save them for a girl you really like.
I was just saying what I felt.
Is that so? I never imagined that brat with the silly haircut would try to woo me someday.
Do you really still see me as that young prince?
You take yourself too seriously. But you're not selfish, even if you are a bit greedy with your sword. They do say you can tell who a person really is from the way they wield their sword. Maybe it's true. I'll think about coming back to the capital, okay? Someday. But as for now, don't you have something more important to worry about?
Yes, I do.
Stop getting distracted by trivialities. Focus on what actually matters. We'll have plenty of time to flirt when the war is over.
Praying, Father?
Yes, praying is all I can do. For I am at fault for each death upon the cursed plain of Dusker.
You keep saying it's your fault, Father, but you're wrong. His Highness doesn't blame you. Neither does King Lambert, I'm sure of it. But I guess that's not the issue for you, is it?
It was my duty to protect the royal family. I should have given my life to protect the king, even if His Highness has forgiven me. My knightly vows are still broken. My knighthood is lost.
That's obvious from looking at you, Father. I think Mother understood it as well. But before fleeing the country, I wish you had thought about your family. If only for a moment. Even if the whole world had condemned you. We would always have been your allies.
I am sorry, Annette.
No, I told you before. I don't particularly want you to apologize.
Annette,
Yes, Father?
take this.
A bundle of letters. There are so many.
Look inside and you will understand. Should the contents make you sad, please burn them.
Father! For the love of... He's done it again. But what have we here? Just as I thought. Letters for me and Mother. So many. But why? And how? I suppose I'll have to read them if I hope to find my answers.
Growth.
What? I thought this was a test.
Thank you. I've made...
A question. Understood.
Professor!
Thanks.
With you as my partner, I feel safe.
This will go well.
That went rather...
Making strides.
All that work was worth it.
Seems simple enough.
I'll try to put this
Perhaps I'll expect...
Yeah,
Practice makes perfect.
Is this necessary? You look like a cat that's been sprayed with water. What? You don't think I should sing the high notes?
This experience is critical.
I'm ever so grateful. I am ever so grateful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. At your service. I don't know what...
I'll cut through.
I am prepared.
What's the plan?
My orders?
Ready when you are. I can do no less. I shall not stray. I'm your girl. I'm sorry.
What's my strategy? Watch and learn. This could turn the tides.
I'd be honored.
Leave it to me.
There's still...
Prepare yourself! It is done. Onward. One to remember.
A tragic end.
I can do no less. My duty is your death.
I must lead them well.
That was close.
Child's play. Not enough. Child's play. Age takes.
I feel weak. This situation is dire. It is done. Onward. For now,
On my honor as a knight.
I won't stop here.
Never doubted you.
you ready? I'm nobody's fool.
Even I am.
Ready when you are.
protect my friends.
You were unprepared.
I'll cut through.
At your service.
I am prepared. More proof of my loyalty.
Ready when you are. Next try. I aim for greatness.
Leave it to me.
I'm your girl.
Can't afford to lose.
It is done.
I could learn from that.
I'd be honored.
My orders?
What's my strategy?
What's the plan?
Pathetic. Pathetic.
Excuse me. Be at peace.
Not bad.
Too slow.
You haven't earned my pity.
Well met.
Ineffective. On my honor as a knight.
Quite helpful.
It was meant to be.
Reassuring. All for Fargus. Reminds me of my youth.
Weak. Pathetic.
It was the only way.
Luck wasn't with you.
All for our future. Just be careful.
Had to be done.
Child's play.
I've got you! I must steel myself.
You're so on top of it.
All is going to plan.
I'll cut through. I'll cut you down! All right, next. Stronger.
I am prepared.
What's the plan?
At your service.
Leave it to me. I won't stop here.
I could learn from that.
My orders.
I'd be honored. It's my duty. Without power.
Ready when you are. Too slow.
What's my strategy? There's no turning back now. I'm your girl. I'm sorry.
Nice try. You took me lightly.
Tragic end. This is for everyone's good. It had to be done.
I swear it wasn't in vain.
My arms can't.
I aim for greatness.
Do it!
Too slow. Prepare yourself. I can do no less.
Let's keep our guard up.
It is done. Onward. For now,
I'm sorry.
Quite helpful. On to the next battle. I won't.
whatever you need. We've got to try.
Be at peace. I've made...
I can't.
I had to protect my friends. I don't know what...
Thank you so much.
I am grateful.
I have gratitude.
Thanks so much.
I thank you.
I would... I would...
Thanks for...
Uma. moving! Brings...
Teacher.
I will report the result.
Appreciate it.
You used to...
Time for you to shut up and eat now. Got it? Enjoy the meal.
This looks delicious. Let's eat.
Yeah, you...
Sitting around. I know you're.
I like it.
I appreciate.
My favorite me.
This is...
Singing is.
I'm not good.
Myself?
So...
Eat rich. That's how...
Fort, we cannot... Now that we...
Unbelievable. The merch. Professor! Professor! Okay.
Hmm.
Oh, No, please, even when...
This... That worked out.
No.
This... What?
Professor.
Here is the result.
I'm looking sharp, huh?
Well... Is that the one? Is that the one? Thanks a bunch! Is that... Thanks a bunch! Come back...
I'll cut through.
I'll cut you down!
It was meant to be.
I am prepared.
Leave it to me. It is done.
Ready when you are. My duty is your death.
My orders?
At your service. I don't expect forgiveness.
What's my strategy?
Now's our chance.
What's the plan?
I'd be honored. It's my duty.
I'm your girl.
What's next?
It was the only way.
You haven't earned my pity.
A tragic end.
And nobody's fool.
I'll show you.
Allow me to demonstrate. It's time.
Our power is yours.
Our plan is ready.
I'm still here.
A threat eliminated.
What's next?
Let's see you dodge this! I won't stop here.
Very impressive.
In the name of justice! I must steel myself. Without power.
The Kingdom Army crosses the Great Bridge of Myrden a second time, moving south through Gronder Field. However, in order to reach Enbar, they must first seize the impregnable Fort Mercius.
I am ever so grateful.
Fort Mercius. Said to rival Aryan Road, the Silver Maiden. Perhaps a head-on siege was a foolish plan after all.
No, you're right that it's the only way. I don't think the Death Knight would have fallen for any tricks. Even if they are denied supplies, they could hold a fortress like this for months. And we cannot discount the possibility that they will receive more reinforcements if our siege is delayed.
Yes, my thoughts exactly. And we have no option but to do the best we can. Say, Professor, in the past, it seemed like the Death Knight took some strange satisfaction from his fights with you. He's an unpredictable opponent, a dangerous one. Please proceed with caution. I have not come this far just to lose you here. I'm serious. Do not be reckless out there. Mercedes.
So, the Death Knight really is inside that fortress. Dear Emile.
I want you to know that no one is forcing you to battle with us at the front lines. I support whatever you decide.
Please stop. We can't have you saying that. You and I are the same after all. We both have to fight our family for the good of the world. And since that's the way it is, I couldn't live with myself if I was the only one running away from this battle. I will bring Emile back to his senses. I must. I'm his big sister after all.
Understood. Stay safe out there, Mercedes.
That woman approaches.
Report! The main gate has been breached.
You are finally here. Will Death's scythe claim you? Or will I fall to that sword of yours? And Mercedes, here you are as well. trample them. All save that woman.
Even though we smashed the main gate, Fort Merceus is still an ironclad fortress. And the enemy commander is the Death Knight. We must not falter in our assault. I now see why they call this keep impregnable. Everywhere you turn is defensive weaponry. We must capture all of those locations as we push forward. If even one of them takes a shot at you, we will be in trouble.
Ready when you are. I'll end this quickly. I shall not stray. I'm your girl. Can't afford to lose.
Just let me at him.
I'll cut through.
I am prepared.
My orders?
I'd be honored.
What's my strategy?
Leave it to me.
At your service.
What's the plan?
Fools! Push forward and surround them!
We've got to try.
Old habits die hard.
Let's do it. now.
In the name of justice! I won't falter.
You're done!
I'm sorry.
You fought well.
On my honor as a knight.
At your service.
Leave it to me.
It's over! It's time to reach.
Ready when you are. The situation is dire.
I had to protect my friends.
I'll cut through.
I am prepared.
All in his service!
What's my strategy?
I'd be honored. It's my duty.
I'm your girl.
What's the plan?
You ready?
Can't afford to lose.
Knew you could do it.
On to the next battle.
Let's see you dodge this!
Hate me if you must. Let's think carefully.
Worrisome. They have a leader capable of summoning reinforcements. If we find and strike down that person, we can prevent further interruptions.
Burn until we meet again.
It had to be done.
I must steel myself.
Ah, thanks.
There is still room for improvement.
Quite helpful. It's our chance to prevail. You can count on us.
Let's turn the tables.
Weak. Pathetic.
All for our future.
What's next?
Nice form.
It won't be in vain.
I'm counting on you.
going to plan.
You took me lightly.
One to remember. Guess I need to train harder.
You're weak. You will regret this! Pathetic.
War is an effective teacher.
It won't be in vain.
I'll end this quickly! It is done. Onward.
I've got you!
It was the only way.
You're so on top of it. You're done. Can't afford to lose.
Impressive. Had to be done.
I swear it wasn't in vain.
Gonna need you to move!
Don't bother haunting me. I sense an improvement.
Reassuring.
It was meant to be.
Watch and learn.
This will prove my loyalty!
A threat eliminated.
I'm nobody's fool.
Ready when you are. I can do no less. My duty is your death. The situation is dire.
Sorry.
Whatever it takes!
Burn until we meet again.
Hate me if you must. Now, how best to use this skill?
In the name of justice! I must steel myself.
Ready when you are. Next try. I'll end this quickly. You took me lightly.
I could learn from that. You fought well.
Here to help.
Do whatever it takes.
Pointless.
Too slow.
One to remember.
I've got you! It was the only way. I can't lose! I must steel myself.
shall not stray.
Not bad.
Much appreciated. I'll cut you down!
You haven't earned my pity.
I will break you!
I've learned a thing or two from battle.
I've got you figured out!
Leave my sight!
One to remember.
There will be no further reinforcements from this side. However, the other side is still in action.
If they call in more reinforcements, we'll be in great danger. We must take down the other commander as well. And fast!
Don't bother haunting me.
On to the next battle. Good. Now we should not have to worry about any more reinforcements crashing the party.
Allow me to demonstrate!
This could turn the tides.
Had I room to grow?
have no need of you.
This is no time to stand idle.
I'll end this quickly!
To kill, to die, to know one without the other would be maddening.
I must continue my training.
I can rely on you.
The enemy general has been vanquished. Everyone, move to gain control of the keep. Victory is ours. Raise the banner of the knights. May it soar proudly over the impregnable fortress.
Oh, I have to meet Emil.
Thank you so much.
Emil. I'm so sorry. This is all my fault for leaving you behind when I left House Bartels. I should have gone back for you sooner. I'm sorry for not being a better sister to you.
Mercedes.
Please forgive me, Emil.
Mercy, we need to go. Now.
Goodbye.
Your Highness, our capture of the fortress is complete.
Now the path to the Imperial capital is finally open to us. Once we have finished cleaning up after the battle, let's have another meeting to discuss our next move. It would be one thing if we were at home or at the monastery, but to waste our resources like that here would be most...
Pardon the interruption. We've just received a letter from Margrave Gautier.
Very well. I will read it at once. I see. It seems the conflict within Fargus has at last come to an end.
Yes, Your Highness. Margrave and the other Eastern Lords are at the center of it, and are gathering the Kingdom's military forces even now. They intend to join with the Alliance army and send troops and supplies to the monastery.
What do you know? My old man is really pulling his weight. Did he seem well?
Yes, as well as can be expected. He has taken it upon himself to bring order back to our troubled territory, while His Highness is away.
I am truly in the Margrave's debt. I will be sure to thank him properly at first opportunity. Thank you for the information. Now tell me, did it seem to you that my presence was needed back at the monastery?
Well, I do have a verbal message from the Margrave on the subject.
A verbal message? How strange.
The other day, he arrested one of Viscount Kleiman's men. And, well, the prisoner has claimed involvement in the tragedy of Duskur. He has implicated his lord as well.
Go on.
I was told they would be transporting this man to the monastery, along with the troops and supplies. The Margrave said that regardless of the credibility of the man's testimony, how he should be dealt with was your decision alone, Your Highness.
Very well. All that considered, I will return to the monastery at once. Will you come with me, Professor? Thank you.
Part 2. Azure Moon. Verdant Rain Moon. Our chosen paths. The Kingdom Army has captured Fort Merceus. Managing troops from the now stable Western Kingdom and former Alliance territory, the Kingdom Army returns to Garreg Mach to regroup and reorganize its forces. With sufficient might to challenge the Empire, the Kingdom Army finalizes their plans to march on Enbar, the Imperial capital.
Ah, there you are. His Highness was looking for you. He's gone ahead and started interrogating the prisoner, Viscount Kleiman's man. He said he'd like for you and I to be present as well. Will you come with me?
I cannot overlook your reckless remarks. Are you really so keen to lose your head?
I only did what I believed was right. I swear to the goddess that I'm not lying. Amidst the turmoil of the tragedy, Lady Patricia was supposed to be the only one who was unharmed. We had been given orders ahead of time to not approach her carriage.
Of course not. What would my stepmother have had to gain from such a...
Perhaps Lady Patricia would have done anything to return to the Empire, to her husband and daughter.
What exactly are you implying?
For the past few months, I've been spying on lords who defected to the Empire in order to investigate rumors about Lady Patricia. Cornelia's words were true. The two of them, I am afraid they conspired together after all.
Enough of this nonsense. You say she wished to return home? That isn't nearly enough reason to cause such a tragedy.
I do not intend to imply that the two of them were solely responsible for the whole affair. They were likely nobles who opposed the king, or potentially someone who wanted to throw the kingdom into chaos. The Empire, and people like Solon and Kranya had their motives too.
So my stepmother joined with them to cause the tragedy. Is that what you believe?
Ultimately, this is just conjecture based on the evidence at hand. I have no idea what their true intentions were.
I see. We will hear what this man has to say. For now.
My lord had long felt that King Lambert's radical ways were dangerous. At the time, he was approached with an offer to take part in the incident at Duscur. My lord loves his homeland. To me, he embodied justice. We were only doing what we thought was right.
And so, in the name of justice, he caused massacre upon massacre out of love for his homeland. You murdered your own king, killed our soldiers, and involved innocent citizens. And yet you have the gall to speak of justice!
I am only standing before you now, because I could no longer bear the weight of my sins. No. I accept your hatred, and even the punishment of death. But I still believe it was a massacre in the name of justice.
Gilbert, lock this man in his cell.
Are you not going to kill him?
I will make that decision once I have had time to consider this man's definition of justice.
Yes, Your Highness.
No, I cannot say that I am. Tell me, Professor, how well do you remember your father, Gerald? Soon enough, you will come to understand how painful it is to forget the faces of those who have passed on. To be honest, I cannot really remember my stepmother's... that woman's smile, nor the sound of her voice. I always told myself that I would not allow my mind to forget, and yet, all I can recall with clarity is her gazing away, so forlorn. Did my stepmother wish to go home so badly that she would kill Father and me? Kill her false family? Home to her own blood. Her true family. I suppose it doesn't make any difference now. I am asking you questions you could not possibly know the answer to. I am finished with thoughts like that. I am finally able to go on living without clinging to hate. If I truly treasure those who have died, then I must earnestly atone for my sins. Father, Glenn, all of the soldiers who have fallen, the people of Duscur who still suffer persecution. The only atonement I can offer them now is to take responsibility for this broken kingdom that has been entrusted to me. That is why I feel that I must meet with Edelgard and try to talk to her. Do you think it is a fool's errand? Honestly, I think so too. But I must swallow my feelings and grudges, our whole history really, and ask her about this future that she sees. What she aims for once her domination is complete. What kind of justice she clings to as she fights. And why she felt it necessary to start this war. I believe that asking her these things is the true responsibility I have been tasked with as king. We will march our troops to the Imperial capital. But before any battle begins, we will set up camp nearby and send a messenger. I will tell her that I need to speak with her in a safe place, without any weapons or troops. As to whether or not she will agree to my request, well, that rests solely on Edelgard. I would like to believe that as well. You know, Professor, when we fought in Ferdiad, Cornelia mocked me and called me pitiful. But even if it is true that my stepmother never loved me, I am not to be pitied. After all, I have allies and dear friends who care for me. And now, I also have you by my side.